think y'all worked way too hard on this problem. Okay? The answer should be 5. Now look, okay? I have what term? The 4th term. What am I trying to get to? The 5th term. I'm trying to find the 5th term. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I know what my common ratio is. All I've got to do is multiply that by 1/2 to get to the 5th term, and I'm at 5. Okay? That's why I'm saying every time you might do it a little different, depending on what they give you. Do you understand why I did it that way? Now, you don't have to do it that way, but that was by far the easiest way to do it. I have the 4th term. I'm only looking for the next term up. If I'm only looking for the next term up, then don't do the extra work by going back and finding the 1st term. I don't need it. All right, let's try another one. All right, a sub 6 is equal to 5. I want to know the 9th term, and the common ratio is 3. So you can decide which way you want to do it. What'd you get? 135? Okay. Now, I don't know which way you did it. It might just be just as easy to go, all right, here's my 6th term, 7th term, 8th term, 9th term. I don't know if that's the way you did it or not. Okay? And you go 5, and I'm going to multiply by 3 each time. Okay? So then I've got 15, I've got 45, and then when I multiply by 3 again, I get 135. Is that how you did it? Okay, it doesn't matter. You could have gone back and found the first one and therefore found what you needed to find the last one. Okay? Are we okay on this? Okay, now they're going to start leaving out blanks. Okay, what I mean by that is this. 3.4, then I have a blank, a blank, a blank, and I have 2,125. And I want to know what goes in those blanks. Well, you could use this to find your common ratio if you wanted to. You can do it 2 different ways. We'll do it that way first, then I'll show you another way. Okay? So a sub 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A sub 5 is equal to a sub 1 times r times 5 minus 1. Okay? What I'm doing is I'm trying to solve for the r. So a sub 5 is 2,125. A sub 1 is 3.4 times r raised to the 4th power. You with me so far? I've just plugged in the blanks. So what do you think I'm going to do first?
Divide.
I'm going to divide both sides by the 3.4. So I've got 2,125 divided by the 3.4, and that's going to give me 625 equals r to the 4th power. Now what do I do?
4th root.
I take the 4th root. Y'all know how to take the 4th root on your calculator? Okay, you're going to put the number 4 in. Okay, then you're going to go to math, and you're going to go down to the 5th one down. Oops, I just cleared it. The 5th one down has x, and then it has a square root thing. That x tells you what index you're going to use. So I'm taking the 4th root of 625, and it's going to give me positive or negative 5. I mean, I don't know whether it's positive or negative. Because if it was negative, this one would be negative, this one would be positive, this one would be negative, and that one would be positive. So I literally do not know whether it's positive or negative. Therefore, this next one, now remember your goal is to fill in those blanks. So this one's gonna be, well, hold on, let me change colors so you can see it. This one's gonna be plus or minus, and this one's gonna be plus or minus, okay? Because it would be every other one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna multiply 3.4 times 5, and I'm gonna get, this would be plus or minus 17. Then I'm gonna multiply by 5 again. This will be positive 85, because if that's a negative, this one's gonna be a positive. Okay, then this one times 5 again is gonna give me plus or minus 425, which is then when I multiply here, I'm going to get the final answer. Okay, you good on that? Okay, so that's one way to do this problem. Here's the other way to do this problem. This other way is more logic. Okay, I want to know the difference on these two. So what, not really difference, it's not subtraction, I'm going to divide. I want to know division wise, I'm going to go 6,125 divided by 3.4, and that's going to give me 625. So I've got 2,125 divided by 3.4, and I'm going to take the root of how many times I'm adding. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. Should be the fourth root. There you go. Okay, works every time. And that's going to give me my ratio. Okay? That makes sense, not make sense. That's the pattern. It works every time. Not quite as easy as the arithmetic sequence on it, but you can do it this way as well. Okay? You can do it where you work backwards. So if that makes more sense, do it that way. Let's do one of these. Well, this one might be a little bit easier. Let's do it this way. I don't have a lot of possibilities in here. Okay, try this. All right, see what you can do to fill in those blanks. Now, here's my little hint. You can make your sequence start there and end there. Okay? To find your common ratio. Make them in fractions because that's the way that the books got them, so it'd be easier to check them that way. So what you got?
I couldn't do it.
Okay.
I couldn't find
The common difference. Okay, this is what I would have done, Reagan, if I was gonna do this problem. Okay, I would have made this be my a sub 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is my a sub 6 if I look at it. Okay, so I'm coming down here, I'm going a sub 6 is equal to a sub 1 times r times 6 minus 1. All right, so I've got a sub 6 is 32 over 125 is equal to 25 times r to the 5th power. So I'm going to divide, and I need to put that in parentheses. I'm going to take my calculator, and I'm going to divide. Thank goodness I have my calculator. 32 divided by 125, and that's the whole thing is in parentheses, divided by 25. Okay, then I'm going to convert back. When I convert back, I get 32 over 3,125 is equal to r to the 5th power. Now what am I going to do? Take the 5th root. So I'm going to go 5, then I'm going to go to math. I'm going to go, hit clear again. Going to go down to the 5th one down where I've got an x square root, okay? And then I can do second answer in my calculator. It's going to give me 0.4. Well, I want to go back and convert that to a fraction. It's 2/5, okay? So then I'm going to multiply this times 2/5, this times 2/5, this times 2/5, this times 2/5, and of course I've got that one. So when I come backwards, rather than multiplying, I'm going to divide by 2/5. So if I have 25, I'm going to divide that by 2/5. Hold on. And that's going to give me 125 over 2. Then I'm going to divide that by 2/5. So if I go to the right, I'm multiplying. If I go to the left, I'm dividing. Okay, does that make sense? Mm-hmm. All right, we're going to go forward. We're okay on this. Okay, we're going to go forward. We're going to finish this chapter. Okay, all we have left is geometric series. Okay, just like we did the arithmetic sequence and the arithmetic series, the geometric series means the sum of all the terms. All right, so same thing, except for now we're talking geometric instead of arithmetic. Again, there are two formulas for this, okay? Kind of dependent on the information you have or which formula you prefer. I'll show you which one I prefer in a minute. Make sure I get it all down the way that the book's got it. Okay, so this is my first one. A sub 1 minus a sub 1 times r raised to the n power over 1 minus r. So I'd have to know my a sub 1, and I'd have to know my r, and obviously my n for which term. I don't have to know my final or this. Okay, don't have to know that. Versus on this one, a sub n is equal to a sub 1 times 1 minus r to the n power. Actually, I don't know why they do it this way. 1 minus r. Look, these are the same thing. this one's distributed of that one. That's the only difference there is between it. So I'm not really sure why they did them both out. I don't know which one's easier for you to remember, but do you understand what I'm saying? All they did was distribute the A. The A sub 1, they distributed it up there. Everything else is the same. But the book's got it written both ways. Yes, no, maybe? Okay. All right, so looking at this, let's say A sub 1 is equal to 5, and R equals negative 2, and you want to know the sum of the series. It's just a matter of plugging in. Okay, I'm looking for, does it tell me which, yeah. Tell me, it says the first 6 terms, so it's going to have to tell you how many terms. So that's going to be equal to my n. So n is equal to 6. So now I'm just plugging it in. So f sub n is equal to, don't know which way you want to do it, 5 times parentheses r, or 1 minus negative 2 raised to the 6th power over 1 minus a negative 2. Now I've got some negatives here that are going to present a little bit of a problem. So I have 5 times, what is negative 2 raised to the 6th power? Any idea? Make sure you put the negative in parentheses.
64.
64. Okay. So I've got that. I'm going to add the opposite of my second number. So on the bottom, I actually have a 3. So basically what I have is 5 times negative 63 divided by 3. Okay. And I should have negative 105. Okay? Yes, no, maybe? All right, try one. A sub 1 is equal to 16. R equals 1/2. And N equals 7. So you're going to find the sum of the first 7 numbers in this geometric sequence. And go ahead, well, you can leave it as a decimal or a fraction.